Cinemachine 3 has been out for quite some time, and recently Unity 6 preview has been released. So Cinemachine 3 will start to become the default, and it's about time to update my Cinemachine tutorial series. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, this is Omar Balfaki and welcome to my game development and filmmaking channel. A few years ago, I started a Cinemachine series and explained it and its different camera types and components. The series was liked by a lot of you, so thanks a lot for the support. Now it's time to update the playlist with Cinemachine 3. To avoid any sort of repetition, in the old series, the cameras were used for a playable character. But now we will use Cinemachine in the timeline mostly. Before we start, according to Unity, the Cinemachine 3 upgrade is not so much a feature update as it's a change of format. So the previous Cinemachine playlist is still relevant and this series should build on top of it. If you've never used Cinemachine before, it's a Unity camera tool that makes you achieve a lot of camera behaviors, from interactive cameras orbiting around the player to dolly cameras that follow the player. And all of that happens with 0 lines of code. And it's provided by Unity officially, which means it's free. To install it, go to Window, Package Manager. Make sure you're in the Unity registry. Search for Cinemachine. If it's not installed, you will see the Install button. Just click it to install it. And let's start with the major changes. Other than the blue icon, which will instantly tell you that it's the new Cinemachine, you will notice that the names have changed as well. Here you can see the old and the new names, like Virtual Camera has become Cinemachine Camera. Composer and Framing Transposer have become Rotation Composer and Position Composer. So these are the old and new names. And a quick overview of what's new in a high level: improved integration with Unity standards, a cleaner and simpler UX, integration with Unity splines, and much more. Cinemachine has now become more efficient and cleaner to work with. Once you create a Cinemachine camera, you will see a lot of information missing from the old one. That is because the additional fields are no longer visible by default and only shown once you tick them. And the camera behaviors have been separated as components. Since it's more integrated with Unity than before, the new splines is now integrated with Cinemachine dolly cameras, and another cool thing that it supports the new input system easily, which means you can control Cinemachine cameras with a mouse, joystick, and mobile interchangeably and effortlessly. So, should you upgrade your Cinemachine to Cinemachine 3? Well, I don't think so. There aren't much of new features that require you to make that upgrade, as it may require certain involvement if you have used or created custom Cinemachine components. But if you're starting a new project, definitely use the latest Cinemachine. Stay tuned for the upcoming Cinemachine tutorials. This is just an intro. In the meantime, you can check out the other Cinemachine and timeline playlists, or if you feel a little bit more adventurous, you can get my Unity Filmmaking 101 course and start creating awesome things. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.